the link in the chat or the code, and hopefully you guys will be able to see the pin throughout. If not, I can put it in the chat again. Congress can't establish an official religion because of the blank. Congress can't establish an official religion because of the blank.
It took me a while to read. I'm still really sleepy today. So.
I'm not sure why it would be quiet right now. I apologize. I see people in the chat saying that it's quiet. I have the same mic settings that I had last night when I did a couple, and so obviously there is something. I'm not sure. Sorry. So why can't Congress establish an official religion? So we have 4 clauses here. Establishment, free exercise, free expression, necessary and proper. We have 281 answers in, 2 seconds to go. All right, and so the answer is the Establishment Clause. I don't know if it's gotten better or not gotten better, but maybe I'll just talk louder. So very nice job. The Establishment Clause is, in fact, why Congress can't establish a religion. So it says, Congress shall make no law establishing a religion or giving preferential treatment for religion. And so that is our answer that we want to keep in mind there. And so let's
find the fitness
over on this side. It looks like
OBS, and I'm also using this OBS.
Right there. I think that might be the spot. As we kind of just continue to play with everything.
Yeah.
All right. So all of the following types of speech are unprotected, except. So one of these 4 types of speech is protected. Which one of these types of speech is protected?
I'm not sure what this word means, but yeah, I think it's the green one because it's the immediate.
So we have 39 seconds to go, and I know you can't see the clock now because I put my picture over it.
I kind of sleep again.
All of the types of following types of speech are unprotected, except, and now the answers are flying in. Again, guys, don't worry about the lag. Don't worry about the lag at all. You have 60 seconds on these questions, so at about 40 seconds, that's when I start seeing everybody reply, so don't worry or respond. So don't worry about the lag. You're good. All right, so which of these types of speech is protected? And the answer is...
Yeah, hate speech. Why is it not green?
Hate speech is protected speech. Libel is a written lie. Slander is a spoken lie, and neither of those types of speech are protected. Yellow gold is obscenity, and obscenity is not protected speech. And according to Brandenburg versus Ohio, 1969, speech that is intended to and likely to incite imminent lawless action is also not protected. So hate speech is the one that is constitutionally protected. All right, and just no. Which of the following statements about the death penalty is not true? So, which of the following statements about the death penalty is not true?
I think it's the red one.
So yeah, I mentioned the Discord, and I see, so Alice put the Discord code in. If you scroll up just a little bit from where we are right now, so you can get some good stuff there. 700 and, what the crap? How's there 800 people? I only got 300 people watching right now. I'm at 857 answers. What? Somebody's gotta tell me how's there all these answers. We're at 970 answers. And there's 1,000 answers. I'm very, very confused right now on this death penalty question. I think so. I think that is what happened. And so now I don't know what to say.
You know what? I
people are
tried to
putting
use
for real or for fake. So
in class.
Okay.
Another one.
So that's fun. But the answer in green is the correct answer.
Yeah, don't worry.
The Supreme Court ruled the death penalty as cruel and unusual punishment. That is not true.
Not true.
No,
okay.
that's not true because
not true.
we still currently have the death penalty in some states. It is true that minors cannot receive the death penalty. Mentally deficient persons, we're talking about people with an IQ below 70, can't receive the death penalty, and you can't receive the death penalty for any crime other than murder, and actually treason. So that one's a little bit wrong there. All right, but states can't give it for anything but murder. All right, which of the following statements is true about the public safety exception? Which of the following statements is true about the public safety exception?
I think it's the red one. I'm not really sure. I'm just choosing by my common knowledge. I didn't really remember about this.
So we are at 40 seconds left. So this is when the answers should start coming in, probably. The bots shouldn't ruin your time. They're not going to ruin my time, so don't worry about it.
Wrong. It's not.
Don't worry
I'm
about
really
it.
bad at this, Well, I might do good on the real test, but because I can't.
We are at 190 answers again. It's hard to say
Every time.
if that's where we're at or not.
Like, we're going to play a lot of calculating in school. I don't know why. Just yeah. Although yesterday I also
But
did a
this
calculation.
seems like more like the right number. We're at 320 answers with 4 seconds to go. I am going to flip over real quick just to move me real quick over to this side. I think would be a little bit better. Make myself even a little bit smaller. I just want to be on the screen. I feel like I'm with you guys. You know what I mean? All right. So Green says a confession obtained during a dangerous situation can be used as evidence, and that's even if the officers don't tell that person about their Miranda rights. So if they question a suspect, even if they've arrested the person, the situation is dangerous, that confession can be used even without them being informed of their rights. So let's look at the wrong answer, especially the red one, because a lot of people can't put that. Red is a true statement. States may restrict but not prohibit the right to bear arms, but that's just not what the public safety exception is. So the public safety exception is basically an exception to when police have to inform somebody of their Miranda rights. All right, so red is true but not, yeah. And it looks like I'm frozen again, so we are having some great technical difficulties here today. This is fantastic. So, blue, police don't have to tell suspected terrorists about their rights. That's just simply not true. And gold, police may search your cell phone metadata without a warrant. That is also not true. Oh, Lord. It's a struggle sometimes. It's a struggle. Let's just power through this. All of the following cases involve incorporation except
incorporation.
Abigail is in 1,147th place. But that's okay, Abigail. I think you're doing great.
This one is
Keep
about
up
the
the good
woman
work, okay?
abortion.
And
I don't know
think
I forgot this one. This one
Queen just put the game pin to the
freedom of
Kahoot.
speech, gun control, except.
So all of the following cases involve incorporation except. So this is the first of several questions that I'm going to ask about incorporation. Incorporation, by the way, is the most important concept in this unit. Okay, far and away the most important concept. So I have questions coming up asking what it is. So I'm gonna chill and wait and not say what it is and spoil that too soon. We have 5 seconds left and 235 answers are in. So little falling off there. I think I lost some people when I froze again. I can't blame anybody. So Gideon versus Wainwright incorporated the right to an attorney. Roe versus Wade incorporated the right to an abortion, and McDonald versus Chicago incorporated the right to bear arms. So Schenck versus U.S. is not an incorporation case. It was one that allowed speech to be limited. Time, place, and manner restrictions on speech, according to Schenck versus U.S. All right, what about the Miranda rule? All right, what about the Miranda rule? So we have 4 different options over here. As my Miami Heat stay struggling.
Is it right to attorney?
And yeah, I will definitely do some reviews coming up.
You always have a
We'll
right
do
to
some
attorney.
real reviews, we'll do some
Software.
Kahoots,
Yeah.
and I promise those Kahoots will go more smoothly than this one.
Actually, it is a video because I.
So what does the Miranda rule do? Bum, bum, bum. Indira, Roe versus Wade, yes. Roe versus Wade is the right to privacy. That's what the right to an abortion is based off of. So a woman has the right to an abortion. Specifically, Roe versus Wade builds on that and establishes this right to an abortion. Okay, so let's hope that this is working because it looks like I have death over there. This is not good. But the Miranda rule requires police to inform suspects in custody of their rights. So most of you guys got that right. So you have the right to remain silent, you have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you by the state. All of those things. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about the Miranda rule. All right. Which statement about incorporation is accurate? And yes, the Iranian is right. The right to privacy was incorporated by Griswold.
I still don't remember.
Rainier is right. The privacy is from a bunch of different amendments. That's absolutely right. Oh man, Zach, of course I remember. Those were the good old days. Those were the big openings.
Right. Well, I know
It's
that
been rough since then.
the statement
It
is
started when
I
recent
still don't
hires
understand what's
went bad,
incorporate.
free agency went bad,
I think we're
offseason
just
went
gonna search
bad,
on my phone.
injuries, COVID went bad, and now guys can't shoot, guys can't rebound. It's a struggle. So we have 20 seconds left, 100 answers in, so they're flying in now. All right. Again, some of you looking for the Discord server. It's a link, I don't remember what she has. Code. But just look out for that. You'll see it in the chat. It'll be popping up. I think Alice is
based on what I
included in
searched
there.
on my phone.
Alright, so states may no longer violate most liberties found in the Bill of Rights. That is your true statement. So like I said, this is the big idea in Unit 3. Incorporation means to apply the Bill of Rights to the states. And it's really important that we understand what that means. That is limiting state power. It is restricting the power of states. It's saying that they can no longer violate the rights that are found in the Bill of Rights. So it's important to remember that the Bill of Rights is actually a document limiting governmental power. Originally, it just limited federal power, and now through incorporation, it also begins to limit power of states. So like that's why red is wrong. Red says states are protected by the Bill of Rights. That doesn't make any sense. The Bill of Rights protects people from governments, now including state governments. Blue is wrong because this now decreases state power because they are not allowed to do things they used to be allowed to do. And green is also just not true because they've been weakened by that. All right, I have more incorporation questions coming. Winter Soldier and Donovan, they were our winners yesterday, and they are right back in the top 2 again today. All right, civil liberties, the name of the unit.
Not from
and you guys are right. That right to privacy is not directly written in the Constitution.
Public sovereignty. Just maybe just says things wrong. Equal
There's
protection.
a lot of discussion about that right to privacy thing.
I think the green one, the blue one
That's
is
good. I
civil
like to see
rights.
it. I like to see it.
Equal protection. That's the 14th Amendment, right?
Who's my favorite Heat player?
Well, you know my phone
Shockingly,
after
it's got to be Jimmy
voice
Butler.
like it would
I
translate,
wasn't
but
really that
after
thrilled when we
14
traded for him.
Amendment, it
I
just
never
goes
liked him
something
that
weird,
much,
like
but
14 for minimum.
he plays hard.
Well, now you
Love Jimmy
do all the
Butler.
words right, it's just weird.
I want it to be Bam, and it is sometimes, but I can't do a Matthew McConaughey impression. You crazy? Alright. See, I can't do it. That was horrendous. I want to do it again now, but I won't. Alright, so civil liberties protect individual rights from the government. That's exactly right. Excellent job on that. So we're talking about protecting individual, personal liberties and freedoms from the government. The Bill of Rights originally, I may have answered this one already a couple minutes ago, so I kind of gave this answer away. So if you were paying attention as I talked, and if you weren't, I don't blame you.
Federal government. I just made it wrong because like I read things wrong. I don't know why.
I hate
I'm
you.
still don't
Obviously, you know, I want to tell you, it
makes me looks
looked like you
really
look
bad.
against the Celtics.
Looks really bad.
It's just been all downhill since that then from him. I love Dragic too. Maddie says, yeah, but why is it most, not all? I'm assuming she means about incorporation and most of the Bill of Rights. So Maddie, there's another Kahoot question coming up in a few minutes, and I'll answer that. 3 dot.
Oh yeah, it's not
You
necessarily
good?
minority.
All right. So what about the Bill of Rights originally?
Delay is so high.
Seconds to go. We have
I don't know if
250
I'm
answers
doing
in,
some
so that's
questions.
awesome. And the correct answer for this one is only protecting people from the federal government. That's exactly right. The gold answer is now true today, but originally it was just protecting you from the federal government. All right, number 10, the incorporation doctrine is based on which amendment? It is based on which amendment?
Incorporate. That is like still about like states, right? The Bill of Rights and state. 14 is equal protection, and what I still need to remember the amendment. So
Devin Booker, I mean, you could score. I'm not like a, I don't care, but. Ray, yeah, the Celtic, man, both of them come up. At least the Celtics, they've been coming up a little bit the last couple of weeks.
incorporation.
Not really, like now they aren't again, but they were good there for like 2 weeks.
Because that's the only thing I know.
The Heat
I know what's 13.
did too, like a month ago, they looked good for about 2 weeks and then trash. Alright, so which amendment is the incorporation doctrine based on? It is based on 8 seconds to go.
Wait, so just now?
And Alice did
searching
just
very
put the
wrong
Discord
because, like,
code back in the chat,
delay.
so again, you don't have to scroll far forward if you are interested. And it is the 14th Amendment. Alright? Now Discord, you can, link up with other people. They're sharing lots of great resources, JP Gov stuff, reminders about my videos and live streams. So you might want to check that out. How are the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments different from the Bill of Rights? This is a tough question, being that I didn't do a review with you. D-Book is better than Jimmy Butler. I mean, shooting, obviously. Scoring. obviously. Defense, not so much.
I mean, because like I know the rate is wrong.
I think I'm definitely
wait,
okay.
what? That's
But
so
in the
loud.
playoffs,
I think it's a
I'm
blue
taking
one.
Jimmy Butler over him right
I'm
now.
wrong.
Probably not in about a year or two. It won't be much longer. But for right now, I'll take Jimmy Butler over him for sure.
I don't
Man, it's
believe.
clutch.
I don't think protect groups.
All right, so we have 15 seconds to go. Like I said, I know this is a tough question without the review. So let's see who knows it already. I'll explain this one a little bit.
I think
Get us out of here by 10 o'clock.
Right? Because the concept. Wait.
All right, so the gold answer is the correct answer, and I said I knew this one was tough. The Bill of Rights weakens the federal government. So remember that the first words of the First Amendment, it says, Congress shall make no law.
Yeah.
So Congress can't establish religion. Congress can't take away your free speech. It says that the government can't search you unreasonably. They can't take away your right to bear arms. They have to. So all of it is limiting governmental power. That's what the whole thing is. The 10th Amendment and the 9th Amendment say everything left over belongs to the people and to the states.
I think in the kind of
Then the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment come along, abolish slavery, grant citizenship, require states to engage in the protection of the law. But they do something interesting. At the end of each of those amendments, it says, and Congress shall have the power to enforce these amendments by appropriate legislation. So it actually allows Congress to have more power to enforce the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. So they are fundamentally different than the Bill of Rights. And the blue answer is backwards. The Bill of Rights protects civil liberties. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, those are our civil rights or Reconstruction era amendments. I could fool Winter Soldier and Donovan, and they're just too big for me. Number 12, which of the following banned segregation in public schools?
Yeah, that's a
Which
great
of the
one.
following banned segregation in public schools?
Good.
Yo, I'm so hungry. So I had a meeting tonight, that's why I couldn't be on earlier. But that means I haven't eaten in a minute. 7 status. Yo, I want Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is my guy at 6. That's where the Dolphins are picking. Now for you guys, for the Bengals, if that's you guys can take either one of them. I don't even care. I want you guys to take one of them too. I prefer that you take Sewell so that the Dolphins don't. So we could chase if we don't get Pitts. But yeah, I need somebody to trade up to 4, get a QB, snag what's his face from Ohio State, Justin Daniels, and then you guys, the Bengals, take Chase, and then we get Pitts at 6. That's what I want. All right, and this was, the bots are back. I didn't even notice. I'm over here thinking about the draft, and the bots are back. The answer is Brown versus Board of Education. I'm going to assume that everybody got that one. Civil Rights Act bans discrimination by businesses in employment. 24th Amendment banned the poll tax. And Plessy versus Ferguson was not pro-civil rights at all. Blank banned discrimination in public accommodations on the basis of race, color, gender, religion, or national origin.
I think it's a mean one because I don't remember.
And really that should probably say
it might be
sex, not
the red
gender,
one. I don't know. We learned this in the history, but
So it goes, I
yeah,
guess.
I need some homework for that. So also.
So this is another major thing. We have similar choices to the last question, so now I'm regretting the fact that I defined some of them for you. I guess we'll find out in a moment if the bots have left us in peace or not. I don't think they did, because we're up to 300 answers, and but the bots are being a little bit slow right now, so I don't know. These aren't the high-powered bots from earlier.
I'm also trying to use bot on my phone, so.
I had a second laptop that I had the live stream pulled up on, so I could see, like when I freeze and see the chat, and now that computer just died, so it's something. So this is Civil Rights Act of 1964. That's exactly it. Not only public accommodations, but also in employment. So those become protected classes. And we had big news last summer where the Supreme Court extended that on the basis of sex to include sexual orientation and gender identity. All right, almost towards the end. Affirmative action is blank. So what about affirmative action?
Interesting. My phone just popped. I said Android update is allowed.
Does it still exist?
Okay.
Is it allowed? Is it not allowed? What's its purpose? So I can't see the chat any longer, which makes me sad. If you do want to hit the like button, I think it's out of pity more than anything else, because this has been kind of a disaster. So thank you guys for sticking with me through the technical difficulties this evening. I will remind you, hey, if you want to check out the Ultimate Review Packet, there's some really great stuff in there. Practice tests, study guides, essential concepts, things that I am sure will absolutely positively help you get ready for this AP exam. So, I encourage you to check that out if that's something you're interested in. Again, the Discord server, I want to say thanks to Alice and all of the others who set that up. You're doing an amazing job over there.
Yeah,
brand new, but it's looking good. All right, so affirmative action is allowed currently, but you can't have a quota. Quota is like a set number, and you're not allowed to do that. So we're thinking of like preferential treatment, hiring, and admissions policies for minorities. or previously disadvantaged, or historically disadvantaged groups, I should say. All right, so we're back to Winter Soldier and Donovan. The basis for most civil rights legislation is the blank.
It's equal protection. I don't know. I'm really bad on this unit.
Hey, look, bots are back. Bots are back. "28 seconds to go. All right. So where in the Constitution would we be provided the basis for civil rights legislation? And good, solid majority, the Equal Protection Clause. That is absolutely right. It says, "Nor shall any state deprive to any person the equal protection of the law." And again, it allows Congress to make other laws, like other laws, to be able to enforce those.
I'm really bad.
All right, and it is a close one, but beginning to pull away a little bit. It looks like Winter Soldier. Let's see if he can hold on or she can hold on. Which of the following is true about selective incorporation? Which of the following is true about selective
I don't
incorporation?
think it's the red one. I don't know if it's the
Again,
red
can't
one.
really
I
look
don't know
at
this
the
and
number
I
of
don't
answers
know
right now and get excited. Somebody is having fun at our expense. I don't really see what's fun about that, but, you know, who am I to judge? They're probably the ones that,
This I'm
they're the
not
reason I
sure
can't
about.
count no J's lately. I mean, but if you have bots, like, you might as well be copying J's with them. I don't know what, over here, go get it, like, I don't know. What's PS5s reselling for right now? Are they still selling? Go get some crypto. All right, the Bill of Rights is applied to the states on a case-by-case basis. That is absolutely correct. So it is the Supreme Court who does this, not Congress. It's not up to the states. And again, the important thing is that red is wrong. It's not the entire Bill of Rights. It is each time the Supreme Court decides to hear a case, sometimes they will incorporate another part. Now, at this point, nearly the entire Bill of Rights has been incorporated, but not quite the entire thing. So most, but not all. We just had an incorporation case in 2019. So congratulations to our winners. In third place with 15 out of 16 questions is D. And then, again, top two, Donovan, with all 16 questions correct. And in first place, that's going to be Winter Soldier. Again, a perfect 16 out of 16. These two are a perfect 36 out of 36 so far. And Among Us and Mukunda came in fourth and fifth place, respectively. So, I want to say thank you to you guys for playing and for being around this evening. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you do want to hit the like button, like I said, it's really out of pity. But hopefully, you know, we got a little bit of content in. Hopefully you can hear me and everything else. And so, thanks again for coming around. If you want to check out